Shalom. And let's start out by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash, double honor to the apostles, El's great millstone. Salutations to Hopefully that's pushing his truth across for cause of true saving charity. Excuse me. This is the brother I'm on about from the Birmingham Camp, Alabama GMS. That's a quick sid. Let's get into about how, our Lord Yahweh shall return, he's gonna return that in that great power and glory. And he's gonna return by the way of so-called UFOs, and lately there has been a lot of UFO sightings, in the skies, and they're just a sign of it, the Lord's coming, the angels, it's not too far off, these prophecies got to be played out, the great tribulations to come. But nevertheless, the coming of the Lord is close, whether we got another year or so, whatever it may be, it just shows that the Lord is near. It's coming, his second coming is near, and his second coming, he's gonna come down and with that wrath, the wrath of destruction upon these wicked devils, the Edomites, these other nations, and those that are not of that righteous number is gonna be destroyed when he returns. So I'm getting into it. In 2 Ezra 13:1, and it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night. So Ezra's having a dream, vision. It doesn't matter. 2 Ezra 13:2, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the ways thereof. 2 Ezra 13:3, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. So yeah, and when Ezra saw that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and that man is the Lord Yahushua, and with the angels, the chariot, he gonna come back with it. He'll come back in the so-called UFO, big UFO, the fathership, not no mothership, as they have it in movies, whatever they say. No, they put that the mothership, but gonna be the fathership. And Yahushua is gonna be on top of the fathership, with the angels, with the other so-called UFOs, the angels around it, and when the people see it, when these people see the so-called UFO chariots, they're gonna be trembling, man, and seeing the Lord too, and seeing that he's a so-called black man, Negro, which he'll be called so-called Negro, but they gonna see him as a dark-skinned man, with white woolly hair, big fro, white woolly hair, big fro, you can say, but he's gonna have white woolly hair, a dark-skinned man, So I'm gonna get this precept real quick. It's on Revelations 1:7. Behold, he coming with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. So yeah, behold, he coming with clouds. So the clouds is so-called UFO, the chariots. I know what the clouds mean. That's how he gonna return, man. Everybody gonna see him. Those that pierced him when he was here 2,000 years, when the Lord Yahushua, who y'all people call Jesus, the Lord, the real name in Hebrew, really how you supposed to say his name is Yahushua. That those that had pierced him 2,000 years, so when he was here, they gonna see him. Whoever the man that pierced the Lord with that with that I think it's like a little with the I forgot what they call it, a little piercing metal stick with the piercing on it. I forgot what they call it. The like a stake, like a stake piercing, something like that. I forgot what they call them, but forgive me for that. But yeah, the man that pierced the Lord, he gonna see him. He gonna be here, you know, and all kindreds of the earth. Everybody gonna see the Lord, the return of the Lord, the glorious return of the Lord, man. And it's gonna be it will be welling and seeing, because seeing the Lord, man, and knowing it's the Lord, man, and knowing that the man from the highways and byways, the apostles, elders, and brethren, star of great millstone, this is the brother that's teaching the word of the Lord in truth and sincerity. Been telling you how the Lord's gonna return, and how he looks and so forth. When it happens, they're gonna be people gonna be shocked and afraid, screaming. That's what's gonna happen when the Lord Yahweh Shai returns. So back to 2nd Ezra 13:3. 2nd Ezra 13:4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned it. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all that burned it that heard his voice, like as the earth filleth when he filleth the fire. So y'all, the Lord's gonna come back with that fire of destruction by the chariots of the UFOs, But ultimately gonna be by the thermonuclear missiles. It's gonna be ISIS. It's gonna be the finish. So like 1 minute. But yeah, but the Lord gonna returns in the so-called UFO chariots, which gonna be the laser beam from the chariots gonna set things ablaze and zapping people, But mainly the finishing touchings to wipe off this wicked kingdom of America, Babylon the Great, is gonna be by the thermonuclear missiles. But next verse. 2nd Ezra 13:5. And after this, and I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So Ezra saying, he's seeing the great gathering together a multitude of men, which is gonna be like, say, the armies, from the U.S. Army men, the Russia Army, and the Chinese Army, and so forth. All the armies, they're gonna stop fighting each other, or whenever how it go about, getting at each other, and they're gonna turn and go fight the Lord when they see the chariots, so-called UFOs, coming at them, or seeing it, in the atmosphere. They're gonna turn, they're gonna stop fighting, and they're gonna go try to, they're gonna not try, but they're gonna fight the Lord. But what you're gonna get, this verse, 2nd Ezra 13:6. But I beheld, and lo, he had created himself a great mountain and flew upon it, which is so-called UFO chariot. 2nd Ezra 13:7. But I would have seen the region of places where out the hill was great, and I could not. 2nd Ezra 13:8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, yet durst fight. So yeah, they're gonna be afraid when they see it, when they see the return of the Lord, the so-called UFO. But the Lord's gonna make them fight, because know what the Lord wants. The Lord's he's a man of war. The Lord wants these other nations, these Edomite so-called white men, these other nations to fight to get at them, but it's gonna be none of avail, because the Lord's gonna burn them all up, man. They gonna stand a chance when the Lord returns and with the angels, So with this verse, 2nd Ezra 13:9. Lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lift up his hand, nor hear sword, nor instrument of war. So when the Lord Yahushua, angels see these nations, these jets, or whatever, fighter jets, whatever, coming at the Lord, the Lord ain't lift up no type of sword or instrument of war, but 2 Ezra 13:10. But only I saw that he had sent out of his mouth as had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. So these nations, they're gonna try to fight the Lord with their military airplane, whatever it may be. The Lord's gonna blast them off with by the so-called chariot, by the so-called so-called UFO, the chariots, the laser beams from the chariots, by the so-called UFO, so-called UFO chariots, with the laser beams coming out of it, But like I say, Lord gonna have it to where a fire could come out of his mouth, how it may go about, but just know that these nations, they're gonna try to fight the Lord, in World War III, Lord's gonna burn them up by fire, So I'm gonna end it off with Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shah, to the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms and pour upon them my indignations. Even all my fierce anger for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So yeah, so we got wait upon the Lord Yahweh Shah, that he, to the day that he rises against the prey, which the prey is the so-called white man, Esau, Edomites, these other nations where he go gather other nations, which is the battle, the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh Shaphat. It means Most High's judgment. When the Lord returns, that's that's what the Lord wants. He gonna send them. He'll send all the nations. They're gonna fight. Gonna go at each other. Come at each other for a minute, and then when the Lord returns, they're gonna turn and fight the Lord. I just read 2 Ezra, so that the Lord can bring that wrath upon these the military men. They're gonna try to fight the Lord. And these nations, these other nations, but like I said, the main one is the so-called one man Esau, Edomites, the red nation. But all those that are not exempt from the judgment, the Lord's gonna feel the wrath and the judgment of the Lord Yahweh Shah. Only the elect of the so-called Negro, Latino natives, the Israelites, 144,000 and 1/3 is gonna be exempt and delivered, from the destruction and wrath of the Lord Yahweh Shah when he returns. So with that, I ain't gonna make this too long. I'm gonna go into that. So again, I give all praises on the glory to Yahweh Bahashem. Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Kakadash, to the apostle elders, to the Sasakin brothers, to the few Akwa sisters. Do listen, keep the faith, and Yahweh Shai keep fighting with that. Say shalom.